Are you striving to improve your English skills? If so, you're in the right place. English is a global language, a key that opens doors to endless opportunities. It's the bridge that connects us to different cultures, people, and ideas. But mastering English, like any other skill, takes time, practice, and the right guidance. In this video, we're going to share with you 10 pro tips that will help streamline your learning process and significantly boost your English skills. We'll talk about the importance of embracing mistakes, surrounding yourself with English, speaking practice, vocabulary expansion, active listening, regular reading, integrating English into your daily life, learning phrases instead of just words, writing practice, and the power of consistency. Each tip has been carefully chosen for its potential to fast-track your progress and make your English learning journey smoother and more enjoyable. So, buckle up and get ready to dive into these helpful tips to boost your English skills. Tip number 1, embrace your mistakes. Yes, you heard it right. The road to mastering English, or any language for that matter, is paved with mistakes. And that's perfectly fine. Think of it this way. Each error you make is a stepping stone towards your ultimate goal, fluency. Mistakes aren't setbacks, they're opportunities to learn, to grow, to understand where you went wrong and how you can correct it. When you make a mistake, you get a chance to learn something new, something you might not have discovered otherwise. So, next time you stumble over a word or phrase, don't be disheartened. Instead, embrace it, analyze it, understand why you made the mistake and how you can avoid it in the future. This process of self-correction and reflection is crucial in your journey towards mastering English. Remember, it's okay to make mistakes. They are your best teachers. Moving on to tip number 2, surround yourself with English. It's like diving into a pool. The more you submerge yourself, the more comfortable you become. Immersion is a powerful tool for learning any language, and English is no exception. Imagine being in a world where English is the primary language. From the moment you wake up, you read the news in English, listen to English songs, watch movies or series in English, and even read books in English. This constant exposure helps you understand how English is used in different contexts, enhancing your comprehension and fluency. You also pick up slang, idioms, and expressions that are common in everyday conversations. Moreover, it's a fun way to learn. You don't have to be in an English-speaking country to do this. By creating an English environment around you, you're bringing the language to your doorstep. So, make English a part of your everyday life. Tip number 3, practice speaking. Imagine learning to ride a bike but never actually getting on one. Sounds absurd, right? Well, that's what it's like when you're learning English but not practicing speaking. The importance of speaking practice simply cannot be overstated. It helps to cement vocabulary, improve pronunciation, and build confidence. Now you may be thinking, but I don't have anyone to practice with. No worries. You can practice speaking even when you're alone. Narrate your day-to-day activities in English, read out loud, or talk to yourself in the mirror. Technology is your friend here too. There are numerous apps and websites that connect language learners for conversation practice. Also, consider joining an English-speaking club or online group. Remember, the goal is not perfection, but progress. Don't be afraid to make mistakes. That's how we learn. Speak English at every opportunity you get. Tip number 4, expand your vocabulary. The English language is full of rich and diverse words waiting to be discovered. By broadening your vocabulary, you're not just learning new words, but you're also gaining a deeper understanding of the language and its nuances. So, how do you effectively expand your vocabulary? Here's a tip. Read, and read some more. Reading exposes you to different contexts in which words are used, helping you understand their meanings and usage better. Another tip is to keep a vocabulary notebook. Write down any new words you encounter, their meanings, and an example sentence. And don't forget about apps and online tools designed to help you learn new words. They make vocabulary expansion fun and interactive. Remember, learning new words is a journey, not a race. So, take your time and enjoy the process. So, keep your dictionary close and learn a new word every day. Now, tip number 5, listen actively. This is a vital part of language learning, often overlooked. Listening isn't just about hearing words and sounds, it's about understanding and interpreting them, connecting them to context, and responding appropriately. It's about being present in the conversation, not just as a passive participant, but as an engaged and active listener. Active listening takes practice, and there are many resources to help you with this. Podcasts, audiobooks, and language learning apps are all excellent tools. You can also watch movies or TV shows in English or listen to English radio stations. These resources expose you to a variety of accents, dialects, and vocabulary, which will greatly enhance your understanding of the language. They also provide real-life contexts, making the language learning process more practical and relevant. So, cultivate the habit of active listening. It's more than just a language learning strategy, it's a life skill. Remember, listening is a key aspect of communication. Tip number 6, read regularly. Now you might ask, why should I read regularly? Well, the answer is simple. Reading not only expands your vocabulary, but it also helps you understand context and usage of words. It's like a workout for your brain, enhancing your comprehension skills and giving you a better grasp of the language. You don't have to stick to novels or textbooks. Explore different genres and materials. Newspapers, online blogs, magazines, even comic books can be great resources. They'll expose you to various writing styles and tones, which will enrich your understanding of English. For those who are just starting out, children's books and simple short stories can be a good start. As you get more comfortable, you can gradually move to more complex materials. Remember, the key is regularity. Even 10 minutes of reading a day can make a huge difference, so make reading a habit. Moving on to tip number 7, use English in your daily life. This is a fantastic way to enhance your language skills. You see, when you use English in everyday situations, you're not just learning, you're living the language. It becomes a natural part of your routine, and that's when real progress happens. Think about your day-to-day tasks. Could you write your shopping list in English? How about reading an English news article over breakfast? Or maybe you could listen to an English podcast during your commute. Even small changes can make a big difference. Chatting with friends, why not switch to English from time to time? Watching a movie, opt for English subtitles. Even better, watch the movie in English. The key is to make English an integral part of your life rather than a separate task you need to check off your to-do list. So, make English a part of your everyday life. Tip number 8, learn phrases, not just words. When we learn a new language, we often start with individual words. But to truly master English, you need to understand how those words fit together to form phrases. Words are like puzzle pieces. They only make sense when you put them in the right context. Think about it, the phrase break a leg doesn't mean literally breaking your leg. It's a way to wish someone good luck, especially before they go on stage. If you only learn the words break and leg, you might be confused when you hear this phrase. But if you learn the phrase as a whole, you'll understand its true meaning. Learning phrases also helps with fluency. Instead of pausing to think about each word, you can smoothly transition from one idea to the next using familiar phrases. So, dive into the world of English phrases and see how they can enrich your language skills. Remember, language is about phrases, not just words. Now, tip number 9, practice writing. Just as speaking English fluently requires practice, so too does writing. Writing isn't just about putting pen to paper, it's about expressing your thoughts, your feelings, your ideas in a way that others can understand. It's about painting a picture with words. How can we practice writing in English? Start small. Write a daily journal in English. Jot down your thoughts, your plans for the day. Write emails or text messages in English. Try your hand at writing a short story or an essay on a topic that interests you. Another great way to practice is by rewriting. Take a sentence or a paragraph from a book, an article, or a website and try to rewrite it in your own words. This will not only help you with your writing skills, but also enhance your understanding of the language. Remember, every word you write, every sentence you construct is a step towards mastering the English language. So pick up that pen and start writing. And finally, tip number 10. Be consistent. Just as a musician doesn't become a maestro overnight, you can't expect to become fluent in English in a day. It's a journey, a process that requires dedication, patience, and most importantly, consistency. Imagine learning English as building a wall, brick by brick. Each brick represents a day's practice. If you skip a day, you miss a brick. Miss too many, and your wall won't be as sturdy. Consistency, therefore, is crucial. Set a routine for your English practice. Whether it's 10 minutes in the morning or an hour before bed, make sure it's a time you can commit to every day. You might not notice immediate progress, but over time, you'll see the fruits of your labor. So keep practicing, keep learning, and keep building your English wall. The more consistent you are, the stronger your wall will be. Remember, consistency is the key to mastery. So those were the 10 pro tips to boost your English skills. We began with embracing mistakes because errors are stepping stones to learning. Then, we stressed the importance of surrounding yourself with English, to immerse yourself in the language. We moved on to the necessity of practicing speaking and expanding your vocabulary. Remember, the more words you know, the better you can express yourself. Active listening was our next point, a crucial skill that helps you understand context and meaning. Reading regularly, incorporating English into daily life, and learning phrases, not just words, were also emphasized. We also highlighted the importance of practicing writing to get used to sentence structures and grammar, and finally we stressed the need for consistency because learning a language is a marathon, not a sprint. Remember, every journey begins with a single step. Start implementing these tips in your English learning journey. Keep practicing, and you'll see the improvement in your English skills. Happy learning!